New We Are Humans, a multimedia sci-fi series.
Today's topic: Galaxian brothels. Traveling across our universe, Galaxian brothels were one of the most popular entertainment venues in many galaxies. Depending on the species of their clientele, these brothels offered various sexual services, such as physical, mental, robotic, virtual, and energy-formed. According to the cultural and legal difference, some galactic nations permitted the services that fulfilled a sexual desire to dominate others, such as promiscuity among Galaxians, sadism with underage companions, cream pie or squirter harvesting, and even dead or alive sexual hunting. Due to gynocentric morals in home acelines, the Acelinian brothels, in all the states, only offered customers female-to-female sexual companions, except Meninax, which mainly offered customers male companions. The only male state, Meninax, had the most popular red light district in home acelines, as there had been a great demand for these services, especially among female nobles. Originally, the district in the state had about 500 male workers who were born specially for this industry. These high-class brothels were operated by the state, and funded by the female nobles in home acelines, to entertain these females all over the Acelinian world. Since then, the Meninax officials created the ordinance to prevent mistreatment of sexual workers, especially male, and to prohibit excessive gynocentric contamination in their society. The success of their sex industry developed a huge variety of brothels, attracting not only Acelinians, but also the Galaxians from other planets. Soon later, Meninax became the only state having Galaxian brothels, and the brothels for male nobles, besides the traditional brothels for female Acelinians. The World Assembly in home acelines permitted Meninax to have a human birth system specially for giving birth to sexual workers. At one time, Yoshio, the heartthrob of the Nikunist sisters Xena acelines and Miva acelines, visited the human birth system in Meninax by chance, seeing how these sexual workers, look-alike 14-year-old humans, but with well-grown bodies, were ready to be born in the birth disc. He spotted that two females in development looked like his two girlfriends, Xena and Miva. The system scientist, knowing Yoshio, told him that a huge amount of male nobles, all over the world, requested to clone his girlfriends, and said the clones would be ready in the next few weeks. After some weeks, Yoshio, with curiosity, entered the red light district of Meninax, and discovered the only brothel offering female companions. There, he met the Xena and Miva clones who were as beautiful as his real girlfriends. It was the first day of their service, and they had a burning desire to have him, a handsome heartthrob, as their first customer. They were done, lying nudely in a hammock. When the two clones embraced Yoshio, admiring him side by side, the real Miva suddenly came in. The cloned Miva was surprised at that. But the real Miva did not feel angry or jealous of what she saw. Instead, she came close to Yoshio, held his hand, smiled, and brought him to leave. Yoshio was surprised at her reaction, thinking how lucky he was to have these two Acelinian girlfriends. However, Miva told Yoshio that, in the next-door brothel, she just met a male companion looking exactly like him, and entered his room. Yoshio was angry at first, but he was relieved when he realized immediately that he was living in the Acelinian world, not the Earthling world. The couple eventually left the red light district hand in hand. Although the female nobles had been enjoying their happy times in Meninax, they stayed out of trouble by giving no assistance when Falconians invaded the Meninax capital. More than 100,000 of Falcon troops were coming. Nobody from the nearby gynocentric states came to help. However, Miva Acelines, the then Supreme Commander in the Ministry of Galactic Affairs, led 300 female elite troops from the capital of home acelines to evacuate 30,000 citizens, all males, from the state. Under severe attack, the capital became defenseless. Right after every male boarded the rescuer transport, the head of Meninax refused to leave as he promised to protect all these forgotten sexual workers when in danger. This touched Miva's heart, and so she delayed the evacuation until all these workers were found, and brought them on board the transport. The capital was eventually ruined. These sexual workers, including men, women, droids, and even energy life forms, expressed deep gratitude for saving their lives. The good deeds spread across the Acelinian world, enlightening quite a number of Asolinian females who felt sorry about disdaining the Meninax people due to gynocentric prejudice. Meanwhile, in Falcon Empire, the sexual workers, especially males, were not as lucky as those in home ace lines. There were thousands of Galaxian brothels, either government-owned or private, all over the Falconian dominions. Mistreatment of these workers happened frequently due to evil female supremacy. Many males were forced to work in Falconian-owned brothels in the heart of Falcon Empire, offering upper-class Falconians sexual service. These female supremacists often treated the males inhumanely for pleasure-seeking. There was an incident in the capital of Falcon Empire, Planet Vergana. A Falconian platoon, all female supremacists, went to a private brothel to slaughter the male sexual workers, because of their misandrist commander venting her anger on the males. Fortunately, Xena Ace Lines, by using cosmic might, smashed these gynocentric troops without mercy when she infiltrated the planet to rendezvous with anti-Falcon insurgents. Her plan was interrupted, but all the males were saved.